Hello everyone and welcome to Coding with T. This is the video 2 of our series, and in this video we will be developing introduction screens. So let's get started. To develop the introduction screens, first of all move to the pubspec.yaml file and add some configuration. Here just add this dependency so that you can use the introduction screens. After adding this dependency, move to lib folder and create a new file here, a new directory here, and name it as modules, and inside this module create a new directory, name it as widgets. Inside these widgets add a new folder and name it as onboarding. Inside this onboarding add a dart file, name it as introduction screen. Here inside this dart file, first of all import material.dart file so that all the widgets will be usable here. Then create a stateful widgets and name this as introduction screen, intro screen. Now instead of returning this empty container, just return introduction screens. Onward, now I will be moving fast forward and will do a little bit code and I will explain it to you. So I have done little bit coding and I'm gonna explain it to you. This is the introduction screens. This basically provides us the interface where we can design our introduction screens. Here is the global background color. This color will not be changed. Only the widgets inside the screens, inside the pages may be changed. And very next to this we have pages, and inside these pages this is the page view model. This will be the design of our first page, and similarly this will be the second page, and there will be the third page. We have only 3 pages in our introduction screens. Here we see, here is the body widget and it is calling the intro screens. This is the basically custom designed function, and this function have return type of widget, and this function have 5 type of arguments: context, page ID, title, body text, and image path. And same is the case with this page and this page. So let's jump into this intro screen function, what is saying actually. Here is the function of intro screens and it has the return type of widget. This function have 5 arguments: the context, page ID, page title, body text, and image path. The very next thing is the size variable. We are using the media query to provide the size of our widgets properly. And then we have return statement, and inside this return we have column. We are using this column because we want to align all of our widgets in vertical fashion. And this column has children. The very first children of this column is container. This container is given the proper width and height using the size variable, and after that there is align. Align basically comes from alignment, and this align is used when we want to align something else to somewhere else. And after this we have row. We have set the constant to maximum size, main axis alignment to end. And this row also have children, and the very first children is container. It's given the width and height of 40, and there is a box decoration. Inside this decoration we are providing with the light blue color with the shade of 300. Here we can provide the shade, and after that we are giving the border radius of the circular. Here is, you can see circular because we want to shift our rectangular box into the circular box. And this container have a child, and this child is text. Basically the parent of this text is sender, and sender have the parent of container. And this text has the value of en. En basically the short form for English language. This text is also given some styles, and the style is only a color which is set to white. And if we move outside, there is another column, and this column have the children. The first children of this column is text. This text is basically the title of the page. The value of this text is in the form of variable. It means that we are assigning the values to our widgets dynamically. It will help us to reduce the size of our code. We may not need to copy and paste the same code again and again to achieve our interface. By using this dynamic approach, we will be able to reuse the code. Same like that, this text is also given some styles, and this style include the font weight to bold and the font size set to 23. After this text, we have an image, and this image is asset image, and inside this we have image path. This will be the path of image that is stored inside this asset folder. If we move outside, we have a condition statement now. This condition statement says that if the page ID is 3, then widget library should render this container. If we see the else part, here is the else part. It means that if the page ID is not 3, then the widget library should render this container. And if we see the first container, it is given the size, width and height, and then there is a row. Constraints are set to max and center, and then there are two flat buttons. One is for sign up and second one is for login. And between these buttons there is just an empty container to provide the space. If we see the container of the else part, here this container is given the margin, width, height, and a child property assigned a text. These texts have the variable type of value, and this value is body text. This will be assigned when the user calls this function. And this text is also aligned to center and also provided with some styles. Okay, let's move upward and see what is remaining. Yeah, we have seen this page view model, and yeah, here we go. Here is on done. On done means what will happen after when the user have watched all the introduction screens, and we want to navigate this to home screen. And on skip we also want home screen. On done, on skip, show skip button, flags, next flag. These are the functionalities built in by the introduction screen library. Now here is the designing of the bottom part of our introduction screen. Skip button and the next button. We are assigning the skip button the text to skip. We are also designing the next button with an arrow forward icon and the color the black. And then done. Done will also be a button, but this done button will be given a text of getting started. And after this, there is dot detector. Dot detector, basically there are the dots which are moving when the screen, when our introduction screen move next. These dots can be seen on the bottom of the screen. And here we have some styling for those dots, that is size and color and active size and active shape. We are all done with the coding part, and now it's time to test our application. So to test the application, connect your Android phone with your laptop, and when you see your mobile phone here, yeah, you can click on the run button. Here you can see that it starts running my project. Initially it takes time, but give the time to it. Okay, my project has run successfully, and we can see that everything is working fine. Here you can see that this is a round button of EN. This is basically for the language and we will be implementing in our later on videos. And if we skip this thing or if we are clicking on get started, we will be directed to home screen. If we see it again, if we skip this, then we are also directed to home screen. Thank you so much. This was our today's video.